Before we jump in, here's the real question. Is Saratoga Springs the peaceful hidden gem people rave about, or is it simply too big and too complicated for most families? We've stayed here more times than we can count, and honestly, we've had some amazing stays here. And we've had a couple where we said, okay, we're never doing that again. So today we're giving you the no fluff, honest look at what it's really like. Everything we wish we knew before the first time we stayed here. I'm Lee
And Lee
with
with
All
All
About
About
the
the
Duck.
Duck.
And if this kind of deep dive helps you plan, tap the like button and subscribe. It lets us keep making guides that actually save you time, money, and headaches on your next Disney World trip.
As a Disney Vacation Club resort, Saratoga Spring is designed for longer stays and bigger groups. The villas give families room to spread out, cook meals, do laundry, and feel at home, which is a huge part of this resort's appeal. So, is the sprawling, quiet resort a hidden gem or just a bit much?
Let's find out together. And stick around, the transportation part alone is something almost nobody warns you about. Naturally, our tour of Saratoga Springs has to kick off right here at the Carriage House, the heart and soul of the resort. This is where you'll find the main lobby, check in, concierge, and all the primary dining and shopping. The whole vibe is inspired by the historic upstate New York town of Saratoga Springs, famous for its Victorian style and horse racing history. You'll notice those equestrian touches everywhere in the art, the decor, and even the building names. The lobby feels grand but homey, with dark woods, comfy seating, and that soaring ceiling that sets a relaxed country club tone. You can still check in here, but with the app, you usually head straight to your room.
Connected to the lobby is the Artist Palette, and this place is way more than a quick service restaurant. It's dining, shopping, and a full grocery market all in one. They've got sandwiches, salads, flatbreads, and yes, Mickey waffles in the morning. And the market section's surprisingly solid for a DVC resort. Milk, eggs, snacks, and even full bottles of wine if you want to unwind back in your villa. Just past that is the Turf Club Bar and Grill. It's cozy, dark wood, very underrated, and it overlooks the golf course and Saskagula River. Prime rib, salmon, covered outdoor seating, and you can usually grab a reservation last minute. Definitely a hidden gem. Step out the back of the carriage house, and you're immediately at the resort's main feature pool, the High Rock Spring Pool. It's zero entry, waterfalls, a 128-foot water slide, plus a Donald Duck splash area for kids, and two whirlpool spas for adults. Nearby is the community hall with free games and activities. Win, place, or show, arcade, nightly campfires, and the full service Senses Spa and Fitness Center.
But now we need to talk about the single most important part of staying at Saratoga Springs. And honestly, this is the part no one warns you about. This place is massive, and how you get around it absolutely affects your stay. You've got buses, boats, and walking paths. The bus loop has 5 internal stops. When you're coming back from the parks, the order is Grandstand, Carousel, Paddock, Congress Park, and finally the Springs. So if you're staying in the Springs, you're getting the full scenic tour before getting off. And yes, this is the number one complaint guests have. But there is a game changer, the water taxi. It's a beautiful boat ride straight to the marketplace side of Disney Springs.
And of course, the best perk, you can just walk. There's an easy, relaxing path that takes you right from the resort to Disney Springs in minutes. But Being this close is both a blessing and a curse. Because of that bridge, a surprising number of people leave Disney Springs, cut through the resort, and head straight for Saratoga's bus stops to catch park transportation, especially on party nights or busy evenings. And we've seen this firsthand. You're standing at the bus stop ready to head to a Halloween party, and suddenly dozens of people walk over from Disney Springs, and none of them are staying here. They're not trying to get back to their hotel. They're trying to shortcut the system and get to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, or Hollywood Studios faster. And when that happens, you can suddenly see longer waits, buses filling up more quickly, very crowded stops, especially at Congress Park and the Springs.
Now, this is not a deal breaker, but it's something you need a plan for. To avoid the worst of it, give yourself some buffer time if you're headed to a party or a fireworks. Use the boat or walking paths to get back to Disney Springs if your stop looks packed. Or request the grandstand. It's the first stop in the loop and it gives you the best chance of getting a good seat. Saratoga Springs is really is fantastic. We want you to know the quirks so nothing catches you off guard. Saratoga Springs is split into 5 neighborhoods, each with its own vibe. And yes, one of them is absolutely the secret best one, and we'll let you know that one in a minute. First up, the Springs, right by the carriage house. If you want the max convenience, this is the spot. Preferred category, but super close to dining, pools, and transportation.
Next is Congress Park, also preferred and the most popular section. It's closest to Disney Springs' just 10-minute walk with beautiful views across the water. It also has its own quiet pool. Then you've got the paddock, which has its own feature pool with a giant water tower slide, a zero depth entry, and its own quick service restaurant, the Paddock Grill. It really feels like its own mini resort. But heads up, the Paddock Pool Splash Area and the Paddock Grill will all be closed for refurbishment from October 13, 2025 through early December 2025.
Rounding things out are the carousel and the grandstand, the quietest and most tucked away areas. The grandstand is the first bus stop on the route, which is a huge perk after a long day. Both have leisure pools and a much calmer atmosphere.
Now let's step inside a one-bedroom villa, a recently refurbished one. These are spacious at around 714 square feet. You walk into a fully equipped kitchen with everything you need to make real meals: full fridge, oven, microwave, dishwasher, toaster, coffee maker, pots, pans, all of it. There's also a stacked washer and dryer, which is a lifesaver on longer stays.
The living area has a queen pull down Murphy bed and a twin pull down under the TV, a massive upgrade from the old sleeper sofas. By day, it's a comfy couch, at night, real beds. The primary bedroom has a king bed, balcony access, and a gorgeous split bathroom design. A big walk in shower with rainfall showerhead, plus a separate room with a separate second vanity and a soaking tub. The deluxe studio's got a similar refurbishment: queen beds plus a double pull down, which is huge for families of 4. You can't talk about Saratoga without mentioning the treehouse villas.
These are three-bedroom elevated villas tucked deep in the woods along the Saskagula River. They sleep up to 9, have 2 bathrooms, a full kitchen, a deck, and their own leisure pool plus dedicated bus and boat routes. And yes, they're finally getting that long awaited refurbishment through 2026. So, who is Saratoga Springs perfect for? Families who want space, kitchens, laundry, and a home like feel. and anyone who plans to spend lots of time at Disney Springs.
It's quiet, relaxing, beautifully spread out, and perfect if your ideal Disney vacation includes peaceful mornings, great pools, and that easy access to food and shopping. And honestly, if you ever dreamed of a slow Disney morning with coffee on the balcony and the friendship boats drifting by in the distance, this resort is going to feel like home. But it's not for everyone. If you want over the top Disney theming or a compact resort where everything is 5 minutes away, this might not be your top pick.
Still, it's one of the most underrated resorts on property.
What do you think? Is Saratoga Springs on your list? Let us know in the comments. And if this video helped, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into everything Walt Disney World. And as always,
See
see
you
you
real
real soon.
soon.